the sex room of my magazine. You blew my mind like no one of the human.
Feeling very bipolar about that. You know, there's some great stuff because I've been working for so long. You know, it's really exciting. It's finally there, but it's scary as shit because it's finally there. You know, and you know, it's been so long. There's so much pressure at the moment that kind of. Yeah, well, I mean, like I think the exciting thing about working on an album, you know, instead of EPs, is like EPs, it's kind of like a pressure to make club tracks, you know, and like with an album, it's a chance to go a bit deeper, you know, make songs that people can listen to at home as well. And I think like I got such a party girl image that, you know, like it was important to me to show like, you know, a deeper side and to challenge myself a bit more. It was a really natural, like natural, you know, progression. I mean, I didn't like ever think like, okay, I want something a bit more rock or a bit more pop, so I'll go with this guy. You know, Feeds and Mr. Wuzzo, that's where it started. So, you know, I naturally continued with them. But after a while, you know, they'd known me since I was 15. Like, I needed a bit to be outside of my comfort zone and to be a bit more challenged. So, luckily, I ended up meeting Mirwais, and we just tried to work together. And, you know, he kind of helped me, I guess, like, push myself a bit more and try new things. Well, you know, like everything happened so fast. You know, like Pop the Clock was the first thing I wrote, and ever since then it kind of spiraled out of control. It got to the point that we were like touring so much that I was just making tracks to have for the stage, and everything was so much so fast that it was a bit much. And then I had a baby, so I had to take time out. You know, it's really hectic. It's very difficult. You know, like launching an album at the same time as having a baby is just like suicidal. I mean, it's really crazy, but I think at the same time it's good because it keeps you grounded, it brings a balance into your life. I don't know, I think boys are kind of scared of me.
You're scared?
No, I think they're scared of me. Like, I don't know. You know, like most of the guys, you know, I was dating, it was always musicians, because it's the only people you meet. So, you know, I'm taking a little break from boys right now. They're distractions. Well, I mean, I think like fashion, you know, like any kind of art form, it's a way of expressing yourself, how you're feeling this day, you know. So like on stage, I think, you know, you obviously dress a bit more elaborate than you would in everyday life, and I think it like helps you, you know, transform, get more in the mood. I mean, obviously when you're not the one doing the production, there's a big part of the producers in there, but especially with Mirwais, it was really great working with him because he's not really precious, I guess, about his music. So if you're like, oh, I don't like these drums, or I want, you know, like strings there, then, you know, he's really open to it. So with him, I definitely was a much bigger part of, I guess, you know, the musical part, but definitely the producers bring their own touch. You know, when I moved to Hong Kong, I was 4, so, you know, it didn't really have that much of an influence. I think, you know, obviously growing up around different cultures, it definitely prepared me for the gypsy life I have now, but that's about it. Funny that you mentioned that. I totally want to start a punk band. Definitely. I would love to like do a band, you know, because when you're a solo artist, so much fucking like pressure on you only, and I think a band would be awesome, and I love punk music, so definitely. Energy. Just to give something, I mean, an audience standing there is just like the worst thing in the world for an artist, so give it to me, you know. I want to feel like energy.